My name's Graham. I'm the founder of Tourne de Transmission. This season I wanted to take the collection in a bit of a new direction and add more elements to it, picking different parts from different cultures, and we were talking about this idea of a searcher, someone who was just wandering, going from country to country, continent to continent, picking up little ideas and clothing elements from different areas of the world and kind of putting them all on together, and that was how they travelled. That was very, travelling light, no bags, no sort of baggage. And this person, the idea of this person stopping in Tibet, which is a country I'm always very drawn to for inspiration. There's constantly something from Tibet on my mood boards. It's got so much vibrant colour and imaginative and ways of wearing clothing that in the Western culture we just don't think about. This season we worked with different partners on different elements of the collection. So for example, we worked with Simon and Mary Brown from South Africa on the hats. We worked with Kickers again on the footwear, using the trusty Kick High, which is youth culture classic, and it's a very solid piece of footwear. We worked with Nixon, which is a brand I constantly come back to and work with again and again, who have supported me in various different creative endeavours over the last 10 to 12 years, and we again developed some watches with those guys that were based around the idea of a watch that you would pick up in different sort of vintage stores and flea markets as and when you needed it, travelling through the world, because this guy in our head doesn't have a phone, doesn't have a computer or anything like that. He's very analog.
The theme across all of my work, both in nature and in the city, really is about intimacy. What's nice about shooting photos for me is that I can go through my film after I get it back, and I'll land on one photo that just makes me feel good. And actually, that's how I choose which photos to share. I started shooting photos because I was going on trips alone and wanted to share it with somebody but didn't want to compromise my solitude, so taking a photo and sharing it after the fact was a way I could share that with people. When I'm out in nature or on a hike, I'm never really looking for a moment. I just like to do what I'm doing, and if there's a moment that catches my eye, I want to capture that. I had a hard time picking what I wanted to do, so what I put as a priority is when am I most happy, in what setting am I most happy. And once I found that, I figured I would just follow through with it, even if it meant maybe not having a lot of money or not seeing everything I wanted come true. But if I had happiness and if it felt like I was doing it with integrity, then that would lead me to the right place. For me, I'm just creating a scrapbook of my life in the best way that I know how.
really have a passion for women and women feeling really full and alive, because life is just a lot harder than it seems sometimes, and you never know what someone else is going through. I am Sarah Doubledam, and I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Darling Magazine. Darling Magazine is a quarterly publication that really seeks to uplift women and broaden the ideals of beauty and culture, and really bring about a shift in the way that women feel about themselves and one another through love and encouraging articles that inspires them to be original and unique. I really do find my creative outlet in work. It's so fun every day to come in and be generating ideas and looking at visuals and constantly just taking that in all the time. I'm all about classy with Darling. That's one of our adjectives that we use to describe our magazine. I love Nixon's branding and how they've always been classic through the years, with really simple design and really beautiful colors and materials. I think it's really important in life to not wait when you have an idea or when you have a dream, but to just be an executor. Whether it's something really small, it doesn't matter. The time is always now. The world is ready for you and for your idea and to make a difference. Our life is precious and we only have so many years on this earth, and so just starting whenever you can go out and make the world a better place, because that's kind of what happened to me, and so I want people to have that same feeling and empowerment.
This is madness!
Sailing goes back to pretty much the beginning of time, people traveling across the oceans to find new lands. And the Polynesians, I mean, they came up from down somewhere around Tahiti and somehow found their way up to Hawaii. And I don't know if you ever look at Hawaii on a map, but there's no land around Hawaii. For them to be able to sail up there like that, and on the boats they were on, navigating by just the stars, to land on that one dot like that is incredible. You know, I can't imagine the first time they came up on Hawaii and we're just like, wow, look at this place. And in summertime in Hawaii, it's like the most amazing place for sailing. We have so much wind and there's just flat water. And so just to have that on offer right there and be able to push your boat down the beach and just go sailing out, you know, it's the closest thing to surfing for us during the summer. And for me at least, that's why I've gotten so hooked on it. It's like one of my favorite things to do in the world. I still love traveling, and it's where I get to take pictures. And photography is another one of my hobbies I have. And photography is just such a cool, and I've been into it for a long time now, since I was a little kid traveling. And I think my mom got me into it originally. She was always taking pictures of me when we were on the road. And so, I mean, now I have a camera or two with me everywhere I go. You know, I think it's sailing, photography, and surfing, and skating and stuff, but those are like the main things that I do all the time, every single day. fast boat. You know, maybe go to some of the tour stops sailing there from Hawaii. It'd be pretty cool. You know, you go to Tahiti or Fiji or Australia even, and California. And those places are pretty close, but it would be a really fun, just like radical white knuckle sail all the way there to get you there in like a week. My dream is to sail around the world. I would love to sail as far as I can go to every corner of the earth. I'd live on a sailboat and sail it every single day. You know, showing up to somewhere that I've never even come close to seeing, with a perfect barreling wave right there, and then you just anchor the boat and just be surfing all day with my friends and fishing. It would be insane.